I decided this week I'm actually gonna be funny. So prepare for the cringe. Too late, cringe already here. Can't even brace yourself. So I told one of my friends earlier today, like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do this recording thing again, and I'm actually going to like try to be funny. I'm gonna do a stand up set, and instead of stand up set, Google did stand up set. So we're off to a great start. So for those of you who haven't guessed yet, I've never had sex before. I don't like the word virgin because the word virgin is very much swamped in the patriarchy, how we use it now. But like back in the day, virgin used to mean a woman who was unmarried for any reason. I don't know if that includes divorce. So a person could just be like dripping in pussy and she'd just be sit back like, I am the queen of virginity. So like, it was great back in the day, but now, not so much. A whole bunch of stuff comes with it. It's like, I am the unmarketable when it comes to that. Like, there's so much stuff like condoms and stuff, and it's like, I don't know what's up with like sex and violence, but those are our two most marketable things, at least here in the United States. And we like tie sex so much into violence. There is a brand of condoms called Trojan. And like, I get to look at this stuff from the outside looking in because there's nothing I'm gonna do with condoms except make water balloons. So like, I get to know that my water balloons are of war. Like, I mean, now that I say it out loud, Trojan condom water balloons are actually pretty fucking lit. Anyway. So I'm in a very unique situation. Some of you might not think this is unique, but I do. I live with people who are sexually active. Could never say that before for whatever reason, but now I do. And they also don't watch stand-up, so I'm not worried about them if you listen to this. So like, it's like a whole different space because it's like, they're not worried about what I hear. I'm not worried about what they hear, at least during the day. There is like, you know, we do have to coexist. We would like things to be quiet at night because people have to be up during the day, of course. But during the day, it's whatever. So like, I talk to myself, and I talk to myself very shamelessly here because it's like, shit, I don't give a shit. Like, y'all are fucking, I'm talking to myself. It's great. It's this is the most relaxed I've ever been in a living situation, to be completely honest with you. Because sometimes I get subconscious about talking to myself, especially talking to myself in public, because we all know that has the negative connotation to it. But it's like, if you can't talk to yourself in your own home, where can you talk to yourself? I mean, really. It's like people talk about crying in public, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot to cry about. Crying in public is fucking valid. It's just, you know, maybe if you felt just as confident talking yourself out of that situation, your mental health would be a better place, thus making the overall world a better place. Like, it ties in with be the mental health that you want to see in the world, right? Speaking of mental health, I think that talking to oneself is like super productive. One time I saw this comic strip that said that it had a lot of things on it, like lounging around the house in unconventional clothing and stuff like that. And it said one of the panels was talking to yourself, not just talking to yourself, having a conversation with yourself and actually coming to a full resolution in that conversation with yourself. So for those of us who are creators, and those of us especially who do character creation, I'm sure some of you already know where I'm going with this, I'm very much about exercising my super extra wrinkly 500 IQ 5D chess brain and talking to myself to help me develop characters. Now, do these stories ever see the light of day? If you make characters, you probably don't know the answer to that fucking question. But I am working on a new story that actually might see the light of day. I don't know how I'm going to present it yet. I could do just in writing, but drawing is honestly more fun for me. But drawing takes a lot more material. It's easier to just type on a computer than it is to draw on a computer. I don't have an art tablet, but I think like it's 2022. There's probably some art tablet apps. I'll see what I can do. The point is, it's easier for me to do this. It's more entertaining for me to do this. I like to see things come to life. Words just don't do it for me. That's why it's so much easier for me to be on Twitter, because something traumatic can happen on Twitter and it can be a post that I really don't like, and I can just scroll past it. It's just so easy. This is a part of the reason why I say I don't trust people who don't like Twitter, because there's so much stuff that you can just easily whoosh right out your mind versus the emotional roller coaster and brain damaging experience that is TikTok and Instagram. At least for me as a visual learner, where things that I see stick with me more. So we all know by now TikTok is a fascist platform. They've been busted several times over for censoring certain people's content. And not to say that any media platform is exempt from this. Like, at root, they're all bad, because at root, capitalism is bad. But, you know, it's just easier to digest when you can just ignore it. And shout out to the people who aren't on social media at all, who probably won't see this, because I don't know who out there considers YouTube social media, but there are some people that do. But no matter what those people are doing, I know that they're in a better stance than I am, because it's like my brain is a sponge just like most other people, so I'm just absorbing like all this shit. And it's like, remember when Twitter got busted for highlighting negative news, which is why I left Twitter during that era. They don't do it anymore. But like, when your brain is a sponge and social media platforms have figured out doom scrolling is the most addictive kind of scrolling, it becomes really hard to want to be connected on these platforms and still, like, you know, troll every now and then. Like, I'm a casual troller. I'll drop a white fragility gif here and there. And, you know, that's about it, if that's even considered trolling these days. But, like, the news where someone dies and someone thinks it's appropriate to troll that kind of thing, it's like, ew. Like, who raised you? Like, ew. Like, motherless behavior. It's giving scum of the earth. It's giving Chernobyl. It's giving human landfill. It's giving the nuclear trash that's on fire in St. Louis that could explode and be catastrophic at any moment. That's what it's giving, except it's a person, probably in their mom's basement, you know? So, I whip my bonnet back and forth. I just got out of the shower. I'm bald now. It feels so good to take a shower bald. Everything feels good bald. It's just like, I was one of those people that was like, my grandma would say that if a boy grabs your hair, he likes you. And me now, well, thank you so much for watching. That's all I have for today. I hope it was actually funny. And whether or not it's funny, I'll see you next week. Fuck you. Bye.